Up close and personal. That's the way I like it. Joe McPherson with you here on a Saturday night from Bedford, Nova Scotia. Talking with a backdrop of, what is that behind me there? That be fence folks? I believe it is. Perhaps you remember and recall, if you were there or heard about it from other sources, the Fence Folks Reunion 2010 was probably the most magic that we're used to having in our lives ever. And it turned out to be just that, a real backdrop of magic, just the way the banner behind me displays itself. And you know what? Many people weren't able to make it to Fence Folks Reunion in 2010, almost 3.5 years ago. But the Coal Town Classic Reunion Festival, Coal Town Classic Reunion Festival, got a nice ring to it, is the project now that I believe will be the come home. That's right, come home back to Glace Bay for a visit and a stay and a rekindling and a reconnection like never before. We need to reconnect with not only old friends and associates and people who we chummed with, strode with over their decades that we were young and strong, but connect with your core, connect with who you are, connect with your neighborhood, and come back home. 2014 July, Glace Bay Coal Town Classic Reunion Festival. It's all about coal and Glace Bay and coal. In 2010, we celebrated a lot. We connected back with just so many people about the fun times, probably the school years and more. But there's a whole lot more than that, and we know it, and we showed it, and we wanted to extend it. So yeah, that's what we need to do now. We need to take what we did in 2010 with the Fence Folks, reunion. If I'm making you dizzy, that's my intention. But I've put together some framework, as I may have indicated in previous announcements, that I need to take to the necessary sources to extrapolate this into a festival and bring on a host of other ingredients that are going to make it and make it good. Music, bands, things that in the core and neighborhoods of Glace Bay will occur and be able to reconnect everybody back together for one long week of celebration in conjunction with other celebrations that currently exist. Bay Days has been primarily focused over the last couple of decades on being there and putting together a festival. All I want to do now is I want them to be given the recognition that they deserve too, because they held it together and they continue to hold it together. And now, next year, we've got a year to plan for working with whoever wants to get involved and whoever will get involved. Hope as many will get involved from those neighborhood associations, organizations, church groups, unions, whatever, school groups, drama, and follow the examples of the ideas that I'm going to set forth in various other media addresses over the period of time this all breaks and gets put together properly. But I've got some ideas that will include putting together a theme, a song, and a contest to embrace that song and theme as part of leading into it, winter and spring of 2014, and then the summer when we'll all put it all together and make the Coal Town Classic Reunion Festival the moment that we all wanted to see again. We will turn back the clocks. We will go back in time. Ever be such for that short period of time? Well, we need to do that. We did it in 2010 for Fence Folks, and we need to do it again for the entire town of Glace Bay and border communities to embrace what it means to have come out the other side and now can go back and retrace those steps and have some fun and laugh about it, enjoy it, and do it while you can. While it's, many of us didn't make it to Fence Folks. Many of us won't make it to this next most necessary festival and get together that we need to do it, and we will do it. Coal Town Classic Reunion Festival. Coal in Glace Bay and coal. Coal in our neighborhoods, coal in our backyards, coal in our boots and our shoes, on our clothes, in our clothes lines, backyards. Coal dust was in the sandwiches that Dad took home from the pit in his can that we noshed on, trying to be the first one to get to the can, to get that little piece of heaven that he might have left for whomever. But those things that made us who we are, places that we know, and the things that we did as young adults and through those crazy years, perhaps living and growing a family in Glace Bay or neighboring communities. Come on home, wherever you're at, anywhere around the world, around Canada, western, northern, eastern, southern, or whether you're in the Middle East drilling oil, or Alberta drilling oil, or in Toronto, media relations, whatever. Come on home to Glace Bay for the summer event called the Glace Bay Coal Town Classic Reunion Festival. Joey Face reporting.